Huawei, China's top chip maker, have built an advanced processor to power its latest smartphone. It's a sign that Beijing is making early progress in a nationwide push to overcome US sanctions. Huawei has been at the center of intensifying US trade curbs on Chinese businesses, which Washington says are based on national security concerns. Let's speak now to Bloomberg's Peter Elstrom, who has details here. So, Peter, strip this story down for us if you could. Bloomberg worked with a specialist research firm on this to take apart this new phone, this new smartphone from Huawei. What did the investigators find?
That's right. So Huawei quietly dropped this phone last week into the market, and it caused quite a stir. It's an advanced phone. It's called the Mate 60. But there were a lot of questions about exactly what kind of technology was inside the phone. Huawei had to back out of the smartphone market because it didn't have access to the most advanced chips, the kind that would power, say, the iPhone, for example. So it wasn't clear exactly where it got these chips or how it got these chips. Unlike most technology companies that love to talk about specs, Huawei didn't say anything about the specs here, especially the key ones. So what we did is we bought one of the phones, and then we worked with this firm, Techlnsights, which does breakdowns, teardowns of products professionally, and they looked at the components inside the phone, and what they found was very, very interesting. They found that there is an advanced semiconductor inside the phone that's made by SMIC, that's a Chinese chip-making company that's not known to have these kinds of capabilities. They were able to make the phone at what's called 7-nanometer technology, which is quite advanced, and in that case, they were able to produce a processor that was much more advanced than people had anticipated SMIC was actually capable of doing. So it's a sign of China's progress in getting around some of these U.S. restrictions on the kind of technology it has access to, particularly for a company like Huawei, which is blacklisted by the U.S. government.
Yes, I was going to ask, so why does the speed of the chips inside this Huawei phone, why does it matter? And you've given us a bit on that already. It signifies then that China is moving faster than the rest of the world had anticipated in moving to these faster chips. Is that the basics of the story?
That's right. That's right. The U.S., you'll recall that last year the Biden administration imposed export controls on China. And it was trying to draw a line in the sand where China would not have access to chips that were more sophisticated than 14 nanometer, which is about 7 years beyond the latest cutting edge technology. And now China has shown that actually internally in China it can make these 7 nanometer chips, which are only about 5 years behind the latest technology. So it's a step forward. There's much that we don't know about this chip. We don't know what kind of volumes Huawei and SMIC can make together of these chips. We don't know whether they can make them at a cost that's competitive on a global market. But it is a sign that they're able to make some progress in this area that's been so contentious, and it's something where the U.S. has tried to limit their ability to kind of delve into these kinds of technologies in the future.
我们可以提炼出3条关键的信息。首先，美方和加拿大的一家专业的分析机构已经弄清楚了，这个东西是由中芯国际给华为制作的芯片。第二，确实按照美国和西方的制裁来说，中共是稍微前进了一点的，就是说中共的他们的芯片达到的这个水平，比西方对他们限制的水平要稍微靠前走了一些。那么必然的一个结果就是西方会进一步的加大制裁，因为他们看到中共国还在想尽办法的这个突破西方制裁的限制，利用西方制裁的漏洞来尽量的钻空子。那么这个芯片到底它的这个细节是什么？就是中芯国际的这个制造到底达到了一个什么样的水平？我们下面简单的看一看这家测评公司，就是 Techlnsights 它给出的报告。